Hey everyone, how's everybody doing today? Um, this video is how should I say it? Um, when I went to the mailbox and got this out of the mailbox, I was very surprised at the least. Very surprised, and I think this is a very fantastic and awesome thing. Um, we'll get into it a little bit more after the video is done. That these group of people put together, but this is coming way of the traveling knife review. This is the traveling knife review, and it is on the Marbles White Bone Canoe. That's what we're looking at here. This is what I'm going to do my review on, and that's what we're going to do. So, um, if it's no big, it should come of no big surprise to anyone that I am a huge uh, canoe guy. You know what I mean? And what I mean by canoe guy, that's the pattern that we're looking at here. This is what it's called. This pattern is called the Canoe. So I happen to like this pattern quite a bit, quite a bit. And I've just always had not so much a fascination. Well, yeah, you could say fascination, but I've always had a thing for this little knife here. It was always so compact. The blades, the two blades that you get with this knife was always just so fantastic. It's a tough one for me to beat as far as a pocket dropper goes, as far as the size, as far as the looks. Just look at it, you know what I mean? It looks really, it does look nice, you know what I mean? To me, in my opinion. Um, this one is in smooth white bone, okay? Now, it's interesting because I have a lot of canoe pattern knives from different companies and different makers, but I do not have a marbles. I do not have a marbles canoe. I got a ton of Rough Rider canoes. I got Hen and Roosters. I got all the brands that you could basically think of, but I don't. I looked. I went in there and looked, and I said, "That's interesting. I don't have a marbles canoe." So this is going to make the review even that much better. But let's go ahead and open up the blades and see what we're looking at here. Um, Open them up. Take a look at this. We'll take a look at this one first. Um, you got a broad spear point blade here, and this blade is just, I tell you, as far as getting tasks done and chores and doing any kind of EDC tasks, I have found this blade to be fantastic. You have match strike pulls on this one. It makes it just a little bit more attractive. I like to see match strike pulls. It just does a little something, you know what I mean? No, you're not going to strike a match off that, but it just adds just a little decorative. It's just decorative to me. That's all I always considered it. But you've got this nice spear point blade here. And it's just fantastic to do EDC chores with. I really like it quite a bit. Now this one, I was surprised. Let me close this blade down a little bit so I don't cut myself. Boy, this has got some serious action. Some of the best action that I have seen on a very, very budget knife. We'll talk about that too. We're going to have to get into that. But man, I can't believe the action on it. So yeah, the action is very, very snappy on this piece here. It is more snappy than quite a bit of my other marbles. Now, I know that this has been to 3 other people and this has been handled, but the action on this is actually fantastic, and it is really, I can't believe how good it is, because sometimes, to be honest with you, The action is very sluggish going into the half stop. It is very, very sluggish when you get these knives, and you don't hear snap like this. So the snap is good on this one. The action is really good on this. And yeah, so far, I mean, I really like it. The only thing I did notice, though, the blade grind. Take a look at the blade grind. The blade grind is great on this side, right? It looks pretty symmetrical. It's pretty darn good on this side, right? As best as you could ask for, I think these knives are $8 or $10. I don't think they're any more than $10. But it's really fantastic on what you get for the money. But this side here, flip it over, and it just gets a little bit wide at the tip down there. So it just widens out there. But this is what you're going to, I mean, this is what you get for the money, and you cannot complain or expect anything more than this. You have to understand this when you get these knives going in. For the $7 or $10, don't expect anything more. Sometimes you get lucky and you get good ones. A lot of times, you know. But so this gets a little wide at the point there at the tip, but no big deal. So it's good. So close this up. Man, I can't believe that the action is that good on this. Let's look at this little pen blade. We'll take a look at this pen blade. This one is really snappy. Now, they give you a nice... I like the pen blade on this a lot, guys. I use this for when you don't want to... You want to save this blade for your serious cutting chores. You use this blade for everything else, and you could really get this blade super, super sharp. I get this little pen blade real sharp, and if I ever have to use it, it's right there, and it is super functional. This is the reason why I tell you guys that I love this pattern, because these two blades are just fantastic, and there's nothing that you can't do when you have this knife in your pocket throughout your daily tasks. There's nothing you can't accomplish. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Going into the stop, everything's nice on it. Action, again, is nice. I like it a lot. Transitions on it. Transitions feel fine. White bone. It seems like you got a little bleed from oil or something going on in there. It might have. Sometimes that happens when you stick oil in a channel, and you get an oil spot. You get an oil bleed. That might be an oil bleed. But sometimes, most of the times, that dries up. After time, that dries up, that oil. I don't even know if it's oil, but it happens to some of mine. But this white smooth bone is really, you can't beat white smooth bone. You know what I mean? And it's also good for if you want to dye it. So it's a very neutral type deal here. You know what I mean? So if you don't want to go to keep it white, you can dye these scales and go any color you want. But the transactions feel real smooth. The pins, I don't even feel the pins at all. I feel this one just a little bit, this middle pin. Just a little bit, I feel that pin. Back spine. Typical, you know what I mean? Typical. When you're talking in this price category, you know, you got a few little minor, you know, gaps back there, but nothing to really complain about. You can't complain about that when you're talking this price point. That looks fine to me. That looks darn good to me, guys. I like it quite a bit, and it's fine. It works out just fine for me. So transitions are good. Everything's good. Pins are nice and flush. I love it. I love this knife. And most importantly, I'm impressed with the snap on it. And it's just a good knife for what you pay, guys. Like I said, I think they're like $7 or $10, no more than $10, and I think that's high. But it's a great piece, guys. I highly recommend this Canoe pattern. Highly recommend it. And you guys all know that I just boast about this piece. You know what I mean? It's a fantastic piece. I encourage everyone to pick one of these up and carry it. I mean, I think you will like it. Centering, not bad. It's not rubbing. It is not rubbing. And sometimes they come pretty tight. But this one here is not rubbing. It's good, real good to me. That's totally acceptable on this piece here. Very acceptable on this knife. Yeah, it's well put together. It is very well put together, guys. Look at this. I mean, for what you pay, you can't possibly expect anything more than this. They're just fantastic knives. They really are. That's pretty much my review on it. It's a great piece. I love it. I love it. And I mean, I've been carrying one of these guys for years. I can't tell you how many years I have been toting one of these around with me. It's been a long time. This and the Copperhead has been mainstays with me, guys. These are my main pieces. You know what I mean? I'm always looking for a good Canoe. I'm always looking for a good Copperhead. These are my two favorites. So, but yeah, guys, highly recommended. And I can't appreciate this. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. Like I said, guys, it's coming. This is coming from the Traveling Knife Review, and this is really so much fun. Now, I just want to quickly mention three people's names. Now, after I post this video in a couple of days, please look out for these three people and their video on this piece here. Okay? Because they're going to do their video and what they thought of this knife here in a couple of days. Okay? Just look out for their videos. And the three people that you guys should be looking out for are Tom, aka Knife Delights. Okay? John, good old John, aka Thrifty Kniffy. Good old Thrifty. And we can never forget about Rod, aka RJ's Knives, man. So we got RJ's Knives, we got Thrifty Kniffy, and we got Knife Delights. Going to be doing a review on this knife right here, this exact knife, because all three of those guys did a review on this same knife, and they sent it to me. So that's about it, guys. It's a fantastic knife. It is highly recommended. You cannot beat it for the money. This is why I collect these Rough Riders, marbles, these budget blades. You know why I collect them? Because they're so gosh darn good for the money. That's why. This is the reason why right here. This is so good. This knife is so good for the money. You can't imagine how good this knife is for the money. That's why I have about, probably about 100 Rough Riders in there, okay? Why do I have so many of them? You know what I mean? There's got to be a reason why. And, I collect higher-end knives, too. It's not just, but these have a special place in my heart. They really do. And I'm a big fan of these budget knives. I'm a big fan of them. So that's it, guys. Please do me that favor. I greatly appreciate, once again, if you guys could please go or look out for the video. It will be coming up. Thrifty Kniffy, RJ's Knives, and Knife Delights. Their video on this one will be coming up in a couple of days with me posting this video. So that's it, guys. Guys, be good, be well, be safe out there. It's a crazy times. You know all that, but this world's really you know, you got to be careful out there, and that's why I always say that. So yeah, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing a review on those guys there, on what their take is on this piece. And we'll see you soon. Drop me a comment, please. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Be well.